Escuchas UPRA Web Radio, tu estación universitaria.
La Universidad de Puerto Rico en Arecibo ni esta emisora se solidarizan necesariamente con las expresiones vertidas en el próximo programa.
You're listening to What's on the Net on UPRA Web Radio. Welcome to another episode of What's on the Net. My name is Elaine Veres and I have with me Amanda Cruz.
Hello.
So, to get started, we're gonna be talking TikTok trends again. And first, we have Heather.
Heather is a song by Conan Gray where he talks about falling in love with a guy, but the guy has a girlfriend, and how he wishes he was Heather so that he could be with the guy. And the TikTok trend is about people showing their own Heather or showing a girl that they think that it's pretty and that it could be a Heather.
So this trend has been blowing up, I guess, in the last few weeks, I would say. And I think my favorite trend that started because of this song and ended up developing into another Heather trend is the one where you're looking at the camera and you're trying to see for yourself if your eye movement is Heather-like.
Yeah, when you're like trying to like
see
when it says how she walks by and you kind of are looking as if like someone was walking in front of you, but there's no one.
Yeah, because that particular Heather trend is just showing how your eye moves when you're looking at something. So the idea is you're recording yourself looking at a specific object behind the phone, something that we can't see, and you start tracking it with your eyes. So that causes a pan movement, I would say, and it's supposed to be like smooth and really pretty, but reality is your eye doesn't move like that. It looks as if it's skipping.
Yeah, like it's glitching.
Yeah, and it's really funny because it starts like really pretty, all sweet, and you have the music, and then it's just...
And when people recreate the eye movement as if it was like
them
Heather,
jumping.
Yeah, it's so funny.
Yeah.
I like the way they cut the audio and they used it as I am Heather. That was really funny.
Yeah, that's a really funny.
It was like, kiss me, I'm pretty.
Moving on, we have another TikTok trend that is what they're calling the outfits, which is basically a trend where you showcase your fashion style through a transition, be it the one with the shoe where you're sitting and you throw a shoe in the air to like kick it, and then the next clip is just you already dolled up, really pretty, really fashiony. And I really am liking those trends.
I like the ones where they're like outfits that I used to steal your girl because you don't treat her right.
Oh, those are really funny. Those are really funny.
And they would like, I like the ones where they do it like ironically, and the ones that they do it like with actual outfits because I can copy their style.
Yeah, that brings me to a trend that has to do with fashion too, that uses an audio that says put on a long sleeve shirt and then
the
put
model
on
one.
Yeah,
It's like how to look like a model that's on vacation in New York. I think that's what it is. And then everyone puts like this random outfit,
and it just doesn't look good because you have a shirt and then on top of it you have a sweater, but on top of it you have a jacket.
Yeah, like a vest and a cardigan.
And then you have
like
your
sweatpants
jeans
with a skirt. I know that there's one that's like sweatpants with a skirt.
Yeah, and then you put your normal shoes and you accessorize, and you're supposed to look like a model walking down the runway, but you just look tired and
you just look like a kindergartner.
They're choosing their own outfit for the day.
Yeah, they're like, their mom was like, okay, I'm tired, just choose your own outfit for today.
I mean, but if we're gonna talk fashion sense, that depends on the kid, because if you follow or it shows on your For You page, this kid, Franklin, I think he's like 6 or 8 months old, and the videos they do is like Franklin choosing his outfit for the day, or him waking up from his nap in less than 60 seconds, and he dresses better than a lot of people.
I haven't seen him.
You haven't been on Franklin TikTok? You have to remind me to show you
I've
that.
been on other baby TikToks, but not that.
People have created these other trend things to him where they're like, I don't want babies, and then they put a picture of Franklin, and then they're like, yeah, I'm gonna need a baby. Because he's so adorable, and his mom is a photographer. So because of all the Rona things and whatnot, she's not doing photo shoots as often, so she just takes photos of her kid, and they're just the cutest pictures, and they're adorable. It's a really nice
I like this one video
account
of a baby. I don't know his name, but he got stuck in a toilet seat.
Oh, that one video that is the mom is recording the
Yeah.
dad cutting through it.
Yeah.
That was a hilarious video. Is this kid, I would say maybe 3 or 4?
Yeah, and he got stuck in like
And
somehow on
yeah.
the toilet seat, and they had to cut it off.
Is that one toilet seat for potty training that you put on top of the actual toilet for them to be sitting well? Apparently he was playing with it or something along the lines, and he put it over his head, and they couldn't take it out no matter what they tried, so they ended up cutting it. Another TikTok trend that I'm really enjoying is the medieval one. There's 2 at most I've seen where they take a Shakira song, the Hips Don't Lie one, and it's an edit that they did to the audio, and then they just put a type of art or person from the medieval times in the background, and they dance to it. Sometimes they put historical facts as text throughout the video, and it's hilarious because they can explain an event in 60 seconds or less. I love them. I love their creativity because they've done thousands of history facts like that. And for anyone that doesn't really like learning, the traditional way, that's a great way for them to enjoy history lessons. So if you're looking for a good laugh and something creative, medieval TikTok, that's the one.
That's the way to go.
Yeah, that's where it's at. Now we need to be talking more about what's happening to social media per se, like what's new to it. And TikTok decided to add another feature besides the duets, and it's the Stitches one, which according to them will allow users the ability to clip and integrate scenes from other users' video in their own. Like duet, Stitch is a way to reinterpret and add to another user's content, building on their stories, tutorials, recipe, math lessons, and more.
I have already gotten a couple of videos like that on my free page, and I think that they're hilarious.
I've only seen one.
I saw someone talking about like how that's like a new feature, and they did a whole like clip, and they were like, add whatever you want to this clip, and it was really nice because it's showing even more the creativity that a lot of people have, and how they can use just like this one little clip to change it to this whole other thing. And I think it's great. And the fact that it's giving the creators the credits that they deserve is also really nice, because a lot of the times I see people duetting stuff, but they don't put the other person in it, and I'm like looking for the other person because I like their content, but you can't find them.
I hate that.
You have to like look through the comments, or like if the comments are off, you can't even look at that.
Or pray that somehow TikTok knows you want to see the original video
and they
and
put
let
it in your face.
and let it get to you. But Twitch is also looking to expand their content options by adding what they are calling a beyond gaming option, which will enable other users to stream selected movies or TV content to be viewed with their fans. And I think that's kind of cool. And if you want to look at it, it's kind of like the rival to the Facebook Watch option, like that viewing party you can do to watch a certain video at a certain hour with other people. But it's kind of like the rival to that, because what Beyond Gaming option will do is allow a streamer to choose what movie or TV content to view, and then the stream would be that and then in a corner you can see the actual streamer, and then you have the chat where people can comment and talk, and you're kind of watching something with someone you follow.
That's great for people who want to have more like communication with their fans, because they can actually watch things with them and interact with them more. Kind of like you're watching like Netflix party with your favorite.
Yeah, now that you mention it, it works like Netflix party, and the only exception is you can see the streamer.
Yeah.
That's fun actually. Another thing that's new to social media is that Twitter is working towards making the platform more accessible to their users or the potential ones, because back in June, if I'm not mistaken, they realized while they were testing what they're calling voice tweets that they actually needed to make Twitter more inclusive, because the way the platform is now, if you have maybe a disability, you can actually use the app, because there's no way to use it other than just by writing
Or having
someone tweet it for you.
Yeah. Or Apple has this thing where you can make it. My phone went on that accidentally one time. It's like blind mode, kind of.
Yeah.
The screen is always black, but you can hear, or like when you touch something, it says
what it is. Yeah, that's very nice. And I think Twitter is moving finally towards that inclusivity, and I think more social platforms should consider it, because one thing I actually like about Facebook is that now all videos have captions, so now anyone can actually understand what's happening, and I think that's great, because not a lot of people think much about the other person, because we live in a society that has taught us to just think about ourselves. So I think Twitter is finally doing something good, and I really like that.
I think that one of the reasons that other social medias are starting to do that is because TikTok is such like a big platform for like the deaf and the blind. And I like how a lot of the videos, at least on my page, I see a lot of videos with people closed captioning.
Yes, I really love that.
And also deaf people doing their own thing and their own memes. I've also seen blind people. They do like jokes where they can't see like where the camera is.
Where the camera is.
Which I think that probably someone helped them film that. But in a way, it's kind of nice because you see how
normal they are.
Yeah, and how they actually have like a platform that they feel comfortable and that they can do things with. And
that finally allows them to be themselves.
They have a creative outlet that like works for them. And I think that other social medias doing that is great, because now
it's about time.
Yeah. That should have been something since the beginning, because not everyone was born
the same way,
and just like not everyone has the same body type, the same thinking or anything. Also, people don't have the same abilities.
We hope more platforms move towards that, but as of right now, we have to take a break. But when we get back, we're going to be talking about what's new to streaming platforms, so stay tuned.
¿Estás buscando una universidad en la cual salgas bien capacitado y directo al mundo laboral? Te recomiendo la UPR en Arecibo. Ofrecen asociado y bachillerato en ciencia de enfermería. Saldrás preparado en destreza y conocimientos para ser un buen enfermero o enfermera. Toma la decisión ya. Este es tu tiempo. Llama al 787-815-0000. Para más información, accede a upla.edu/enfermería. Hay gran demanda para dicha profesión.
Ojos en el celular no son ojos para guiar. Evita una multa o un choque fatal. Al guiar, frena el celular. Mensaje de la Comisión para la Seguridad en el Tránsito.
Son tiempos de crisis. Dentro de ti mismo eres libre de sentirte como quieras. Pero tu felicidad es tu elección, no la de nadie más. En caso de crisis emocional, visita el Departamento de Consejería y Servicios Psicológicos de la UPR en Arecibo. Pide ayuda, oriéntate, visítanos. No permitas que nadie opaque tu felicidad. Llámanos al 787-815-0000, extensión 3650.
Welcome back to What's on the Net. This is Elaine Velez talking. I have Amanda Cruz with me, and as we said, we're going to be talking about what's new to streaming platforms. And to begin, Netflix is going to be adding to their services the Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous animated series, and this is going to be arriving on September 18th. And I think it's a really cool and nice concept because it's the events from Jurassic World, but reimagined through the perspective of a group of teenagers. And that's very interesting because when we see Jurassic World, we're always seeing the version of the creators of the park, or people that are scientifics, and not just random people visiting the park.
So it's kind of like a spin-off in a way.
Yeah,
I'm interested. I think I'm gonna watch it.
yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Moving on, Netflix is also going to be adding The Good Place season 4 finally, because season 4 actually aired almost a year ago.
It always takes so long.
Yeah, I don't know why Netflix always does this with The Good Place and the Good Girl series.
And How to Get Away with Murder.
Oh yeah, How to
It
Get Away
takes
with
so
Murder.
long.
I'm actually waiting still for them to put season 13 through 15 of Criminal Minds.
Right? Because they have until season 12.
Yeah.
And the show ended.
The show
I don't
ended, yeah.
I don't know how they just don't put the whole thing.
And if you're a fan of the movies from the 80s or that type of aesthetic, finally we have all 3 movies of Back to the Future added.
I thought that they already had them, but it's that they changed them all the time. Like they used to have the first and the second, and then they had like the second and the third,
Yeah.
and then like the third and the first. They do that with the Insidious movies too.
But Back to the Future, finally, all 3. And talking about new arrivals, Prime Video added The Boys Season 2. Part of the cast is Chase Crawford. You also have Anthony Starr and Carl Urban, and there were talks about Jensen Ackles from Supernatural that plays Dean Winchester to appear as a recurring character for season 3, if I'm not mistaken. And that news came out maybe 3 weeks, I think it was. I saw it on Twitter and I was really excited about that. And if you are a fan of psychological horror thriller movies, I recommend looking forward to September 18th because the movie Antebellum is making its way towards Prime Video. It has Janelle Monáe in it, Eric Lange, Jack Houston, and it is directed by Gerard Bush and Christopher Renz.
I'm excited to see Janelle. She's so good at everything she does. The trailer, it looked amazing, and her acting looked...
Yeah, that trailer looked great. If you haven't seen it, you should totally check it out. The premise of this movie is that there's this successful author named Veronica Hanley, and she's having this pretty amazing life. She has her partner, she's living in a great house, and suddenly she wakes up to find herself trapped in this alternate reality, we could call it, where she is a slave.
Complete 180.
I think it's a great way to talk about historical facts and themes such as, white privilege, what black people have to endure.
Yeah, I feel like it's also different. I think the other one that's kind of similar to that is Get Out.
Yeah, so mark that in your calendar because Antebellum, as we said before, is arriving September 18 to Prime Video. And we're gonna have to take a break, and when we get back, it's time to wrap everything up.
¿Estás confundido y aún no sabes qué estudiar? El Departamento de Ciencias de Computadoras de la Universidad de Puerto Rico en Arecibo ofrece un bachillerato en informática completamente dedicado a la programación de sistemas operativos y bases de datos. Además, cuenta con laboratorios profesionales de tecnología avanzada. Para más información, comunícate al 787-815-0000, extensión 3300. El Departamento de Ciencias de Computadoras es para ti.
Con el alcohol siempre es lo mismo. Sonqueadera time y después tomareao. Nah, déjame mejor con mi corillo. Después de todo, cada día somos más los que jangueamos sin alcohol.
La Universidad de Puerto Rico, recinto de Arecibo, te invita a estudiar educación con especialidad en educación física. Si quieres ser un maestro o maestra con la mejor preparación académica, matricúlate ya. Ahora con nuevos cursos enfocados en educación superior. Para más información, accesa a nuestra página web www.upra.edu. Ayudas económicas disponibles si cualificas.
Son tiempos de crisis. Dentro de ti mismo eres libre de sentirte como quieras. Pero tu felicidad es tu elección, no la de nadie más. En caso de crisis emocional, visita el Departamento de Consejería y Servicios Psicológicos de la UPR en Arecibo. Pide ayuda, oriéntate, visítanos. No permitas que nadie opaque tu felicidad. Llámanos al 787-815-0000, extensión 3650.
Hello there and welcome back to What's on the Net. This is Elaine Vela speaking, and I have Amanda Cruz with me.
Welcome back to my channel.
Yay! But sadly, it is time to wrap up today's episode of What's on the Net. I hope you guys have had a great time with us today and that you managed to enjoy or look forward to finding these TikTok trends or experiencing these new options on social media, and that hopefully we've given you a pretty nice list
of things to look up for.
And we hope you have a great afternoon. I think this is all for today. Don't forget to listen to us every Monday and Wednesday on UPRA Web Radio from 4:30 p.m. to 5. Yeah, that's about it. Thank you for listening. We'll see you on the next one.
Goodbye.
Escuchas UPRA Web Radio, tu estación universitaria.